That straight to Hall on the rebound. Wagner. Petrarca was on, but he comes back inside to Oliver. Oliver's able to mark. Wheel and go here to Brayshaw, and he marks just on 51.
So back on Brayshaw, BT, after the knock.
Looks okay. Brayshaw wide to Salem. Salem over the top here, and all of a sudden they've found a set shot to Harms. Just got it within someone's range.
And controlled the footy.
Yep.
Just for a little bit after the Jones goal. Burn a bit of the clock. Harms can go back and take his full time.
Look at McCartney there saying steady, steady, steady. Take your time. Now's the time to close the roller door. Harms using every bit of it. In fact, he'll be called to go if he's not careful here. Starts his approach, so he's okay. He's done well and milk on the clock. Harms won't goal it from out there. Got to be to the left side here. And just the minor score. So 17-point lead here for the Demons with 5.5 minutes remaining.
So there's plenty of time for Sydney to kick 3 goals, but not going to do it that way. So that's what we've been talking about all night with the Big Max. Just his second mark for the night, is it? I think so.
Yes, it is, Bruce.
Just goes short to Petrarca. Oh, gee, I've liked Petrarca's game. I know he's not big on numbers, but he doesn't need big on numbers, Petrarca. Oliver's kick, and that's what Phil talked about, how Aliir can read the ball and read the game. Lloyd's coughed it up again. He's done that a couple of times in this quarter. He's not the only Sydney player that's done it.
No, they have shot themselves in the foot too many times tonight, Sydney. Just keep coughing it up, letting Melbourne get a little bit of confidence from it. And this is very mature from the Demons right now. Just control the footy.
Yep.
Get it down under 4 minutes.
Absolute control here going on at the moment, Lingy. I reckon at the instruction of the coaching staff who are all on the bench. Here's Rampy. High footy. Max Gawn takes the mark. 5-minute warning card is being held up by Melbourne on the bench at the moment. You can see it just on the left there. There it is. And Melbourne would understand, being 17-point leaders, that if they milk a minute or two now, it's better than a minute or two at the end. And that kick not so good. Crowd of 26,600 in here tonight.
So Cunningham's kick to half forward. Not many more chances, you think, for the Swans. Wagner getting it back. Salem tried the half volley, couldn't quite. Parker just hacking, wanting, hoping, and almost getting it. That was almost a great mark by Dawson. Wagner to his brother, and then Frost. Careful kick to Salem. So John Longmire hasn't lost ever to Melbourne. He drew the very first game that he coached, the first of the 200, they drew against the D's at the MCG. He's 7-0. They haven't beaten Sydney since 2010. And they haven't won here at the SCG for, I think, since about 2006, I reckon.
What a time to break all that, given they're 0-3, and at one stage tonight we're really staring down 0-4.
And Lingy, we were talking about this team last year where they won at Geelong, they won in Perth, they were doing all these sorts of things, weren't they? The finals and all that. So maybe this is the beginning of a turnaround this season, and we can get rolling again if you're a Demon.
And I reckon a few players may have found out just how hard, almost hard they have to work. I know that's not a word, but last year was such a wonderful year. It doesn't just happen again. You don't just recapture that form automatically. You got to fight your way through it a bit. And a few players have found that tonight.
Brayshaw to Oliver, they've got the numbers. McDonald, well done, Aliir. And then Rampy, Rampy was wonderful, wasn't he? He bounced himself off. Florent couldn't quite. He's done a lot of good things tonight. Oliver from Viney. Gee, Heaney was so hard on Hunt there. Poor Hunt, he is really in trouble. Oh, boy.
Thank you. Roll off, please.
Oh, gee.
Roll off. Yep.
Up the front, eh?
Oh, wide open.
Ribs exposed. Never a good feeling in the air when they're like that.
Jude Bolton used to enjoy dishing out tackles like that. Don't deny it, Bolt.
Loved it. Loved it.
Don't wrap him.
Oh, Prusy just doing the old ragdoll on Reed, and it creates an opportunity for Brayshaw. Ben bending, nailed it. Look at the Melbourne players celebrate. So Brayshaw has kicked the one that has certainly broken the back. And it's now a 23-point lead here with just a couple of minutes to go. So their first win of the year, the Demons, coming their way. They've been able to hold Sydney to 77 points.
Thanks, Max.
It's been a good effort by the D's tonight. They were 3.5 goals behind in the second term. They had a nervous first 10 minutes of the last quarter, but they've been able to ride all of that. Now it's comfort zone for them. And for the Swans, well, they're going to slip to 1 and 3 as well. Franklin cleverly to Papley, and then Papley run down by Wagner. Phil, have you been convinced by Melbourne tonight? Do you feel like they're made a strong push forward, or is it just a struggling win? Which way are you seeing it tonight?
I think the second half in particular reminds me more of the Melbourne that was so dominant last year, and Simon Goodwin will be most happy about the fact that there's been 53 inside 50s and Sydney's only scored 77 points. I think that's probably the most important statistic to come out of tonight's game for the Melbourne coaching staff.
They've scored 11 of the last 15 goals. Papley's kick hitting the post.
So that stat will remain.
You know, they're plus 20 contested possession, which was a hallmark of their game last year as well. So, you know, some of their parts of their game look like they're back in good tact.
Got to say though, it's really been the second half, hasn't it? It hasn't been a total game for them today, but it's a great start for them, being able to play a half and a bit and win it.
And
Petrarca.
fight through a patch where they weren't playing well again tonight. But
yep.
Just realised what sort of footy they need to play if they want to get back.
Doing it away as well. Yep. Good result. If you're a Demon supporter out there, Jakey Melksham's continued his good form.
And do you think Bruce and Gawn will be playing in August together or not?
If Bruce can continue to play like he did tonight, he looks desperate to win any footy that comes in his area. He's got to keep that up, doesn't he?
And has to be a threat forward, a really genuine threat. He can't just be there making up numbers.
Jones. This guy's a high one. McDonald's underneath it here. Salem on his favoured left side, right to the square. Allaire. He's had a very, very good game tonight, Allaire.
That was a hard one-on-one with Melsham. He and Rampy have battled so hard. Rampy, again, they've just coughed it up here. And Maxi Gawn suddenly getting hold of a few marks, isn't he? He's had a great night. Have a look at the relief there. The coach and his charges, eh? As Fritsch's kick forward, oh, that would have been tricky. And Rampy out of the back half has not stopped trying. Dawson, he's teased a bit tonight, Dawson, has he? He, one stage, had a big tick alongside of his name. Back to him again, but it's incomplete at the moment, his football progression. Petrarca's been really clever and very powerful. Melsham waiting for Jones. Well, back to the other Jones, who's been as good as anyone out there with these 3 goals, to Stretch, and then Stretch out wide to Melsham.
Hold on the angle.
And Melsham just to hold it up. So a terrific performance by the D's. They win for the first time in Sydney for 13 years. John Longmire tastes defeat for the first time against the D's. And Melbourne are on the board in 2019.